As far as careers go, farming and ranching are like anything else. You get into it by design or by accident. In the case of one of Florida's most innovative farmers, it was the latter, a tragic accident in fact. She's built a good business, but she has some soul searching to do before getting her family involved. Here's Jason Schultz.
I like to be able to walk through these greenhouses where we're growing arugula, take my hand, twist it, and bring it home. It has been a very interesting life, never a dull moment.
Farmer Tina Borick is taking a challenge on a new crop, arugula, a leaf vegetable popular in salads. It's just one of the new crops she's experimenting with for Stephen Borick Farms. Tina works the farm, just under 100 acres, with her sons Michael and Stephen Jr. Like many small family farmers these days, Tina's had to be innovative to keep the farm going.
We have to try and find out the crops that produce the most for the highest value to be able to make the farm survive.
Tina knows a thing or two about survival. In 1980, her husband Stephen died in a truck accident at age 24. Leaving Tina with the farm named for him and 2 young sons. Tina had to transform herself from a stay-at-home mom to a farm manager.
When Stephen died, I had no background in farming. We had a baby and a 2-year-old, and I either had to pay off that farmer's home administration loan or lose my house. So really the smarter thing to do is to keep being a farmer and keep farming.
Not only has Tina kept her farm viable over the years, she's considered an innovator by her fellow farmers. Florida's Department of Agriculture named her Woman of the Year in 2004. Field crops like tomatoes, corn, beans, and potatoes have been the farm's bread and butter, but Tina's also been successful at finding niche products. The one she's most passionate about, heirloom tomatoes.
Now tell me about heirloom tomato. What does that mean?
An heirloom tomato is a tomato that's been generations in families coming from other countries, and what we do is we grow it here, and people that come from Italy, like the heirlooms that come from Italy, there's Russian heirlooms, they come from all over, and it's almost like having grandma's garden there, because that's the old tomatoes that she used to grow.
And the heirloom tomatoes certainly look different than a traditional tomato, you might say.
They certainly are. They're old varieties, and the old varieties are open pollinated, and so they don't look pretty. They taste absolutely delicious. You'll see scarring. They're not perfectly shaped, but that's characteristic of an heirloom.
Tina's growing 20 varieties of heirlooms. For her, when it comes to choosing what to grow, it all comes down to taste.
I love heirlooms because of the taste. If I don't like the taste of it, we never grow it again. That's how we do it. If I don't like the taste, we don't grow it anymore.
That's a good marketing plan.
No, it is for me. I eat as I go along in the fields.
About 50% of the nation's domestically grown fresh tomatoes come from the Sunshine State. Florida's agricultural standards for field-grown tomatoes demand a consistently round product as part of the requirement for shape. Heirloom tomatoes, with their natural lumps and bumps, just don't meet those requirements. Tina sidesteps that problem by raising her heirloom tomatoes in greenhouses. It's a big challenge, but there are bigger ones.
We ran into 2 hurricanes 2 months after we bought the greenhouses, and it's taken us until now to actually come back into production. So the only thing constant in life is change, and you have to be capable of change when you're on a farm.
Tina's sons are following in her footsteps, despite her hope that Michael would find what she considers a more stable career after college.
When I went to school, I was planning on doing another route, but you always get drawn back. We all have different sides we manage, but we come together, and it's nice to be able to work with my family.
Running a farm is a career Tina never envisioned for herself, but she takes pride in knowing that she's building a future for her sons in agriculture.
I planned on being a mother and working somewhere. I didn't plan on being in agriculture. But it's a good life.